huge scandal rocks American prison systems after finding out what they're using Muslim terrorists for. The United States' continuing war on terror has taken on many forms, but it's still not one. There is still an enemy that must be fought, and unfortunately, we are dealing with the possibility of it growing within our own borders as the religion of Islam continues to grow. The Middle East is becoming less and less inhabitable as the effects of this horrible religion spread and degrades the area like a parasite, determined to suck its host dry. The backward lifestyle that this pervasive religion requires has crippled, and in some cases, destroyed most of the Middle Eastern countries, and now they're going to have to find other places to ravage in order to keep the monster alive. The takeover of Europe is well underway, and many Muslims have their sights set on the white whale of countries, the United States. I can only guess that's because we have stood both for personal freedoms and for the freedom of Israel, and that's never set well with Muslims. At this point in our history, it would be a terrible idea to let the ideology of hate take hold in any of the places where the impressionable or less than savory gather, but that's just what we're doing. It's coming to light that the prisons are being taken over by Muslims, and not because we're locking them up. From the investigative project. Edwin Lorenzo Lemons, also known as Asad al-Salam, is an employee of the Muslim Chaplain Services of Virginia. He is licensed in the state as an Islamic clergyman authorized to perform marriages and other religious ceremonies. He has been issued a statewide pass to enter any Vadic, Virginia Department of Corrections facility and speak with inmates. He is currently teaching a class in Arabic for inmates. He is also an ex-offender. While that in itself is not unusual, many ex-offenders, in a desire to give back and help others in similar situations, have successfully done so. This particular ex-offender, Edwin Lorenzo Lemons, FBI number 9391113 RAW 3, is quite unique. Abd al-Zaban, a Palestinian, was born in Jordan in 1969. He illegally entered the United States in 1990, arrested by the NIPT in 1993 for kidnapping and robbery, and sentenced to 18 years in prison. Zaban was also the target of an investigation by the Joint Terrorism Task Force, who had received confidential information that he had sworn allegiance to Osama bin Laden and was recruiting disenfranchised inmates to his group for training and to fight in the jihad. At the time he first met with Edwin Lemons, Zaban worked as a clerk for the prison's Islamic chaplain. For the next 2 years he tutored Lemons in both Arabic and the Quran. When the time for Lemons' release from prison drew near, inmate Zaban provided him with names and contact information of individuals in the Middle East who would assist Lemons in his travel and studies. Following his release, in the fall of 1998, Lemons had his parole supervision transferred to Florida, and enrolled in the Islamic Center of Gainesville. In March 2000, Lemons made his first trip overseas to the Middle East. Upon his return from Jordan through New York's JFK Airport and then on to Gainesville, Florida, he approached the president of the Islamic Center and asked about fighting in the jihad overseas. The then president, Mohammed Bahmaid, in an interview with members of the Joint Terrorism Task Force, stated that he tried to discourage Lemons from any future overseas travel. Lemons did not heed his advice. 4 months later Lemons made another trip overseas, this time to Egypt. He stayed for 3 months, and while there, according to a reliable source who knew both Lemons and Zaban, he received underground tactical training,